to my sewing vlog, The Seaside Sewist. Long time no see. Life has just been busy, what can I say? Yeah, I've just been busy with work and sewing and things like that. I had a bit of a cold that took a little while to get rid of. But no, everything's fine. Today's vlog is all about my September makes. But before I start, I will start with this t-shirt. So this is a white t-shirt that I have applied vinyl onto, which says "Getting through the day one stitch at a time." And these are going to be available in my Etsy shop. So they're a white sort of long line baggy tee with the turned up cuffs, and they're going to be in sizes probably 8 to 10 to up to 16 to 18, I think. So a great little gift for someone for Christmas. I'm not going to be ashamed to plug my own Etsy shop, so I will leave a link in the description box below for my shop and you can go over and have a look. So the first thing that I made in September was part of the Minerva Ambassador team makes, and it was the Vogue V9-100 dress pattern. So it's available in sizes 6 through to 22, and when I measured the 12. Now I recently made the dress that I wore for a wedding from Sew Over It, which is very similar pattern and construction, and I made the straight size 10 in that and it was perfect fit from the outset. When I measured for this Vogue pattern, it was a 12, so that was fine. I went ahead and I cut out the 12, and same construction really as the Sew Over It pattern. It's got a fully lined bodice, an invisible zip at the back. It's literally, this is the same dress but in 2 lengths, but I actually took a little bit more off there again. I made it in a broadcloth from Minerva, as you can see here, which was very stable fabric, so it gave it quite a structured look, which looked lovely. I started constructing the bodice with 1.5 centimetre seam allowances, tried the bodice on and it was just sort of gaping at the front here, it was gaping under the arms. So what I literally did, it was perfect at the waist, so I unpicked the seam allowances about halfway down, and then so they then went from a 1.5 centimetre. Changed slightly because my battery ran out, and so I've just put a new battery in and I'm now carrying on. So we were talking about this Vogue pattern. So what I've actually done on the bodice is graduated the seam allowance from the bottom of the bodice is 1.5 centimetre seam allowance, and then it goes to a 2.5 centimetre at the top. And I didn't think that would work by doing that, but it really did. So as you can see by the pictures here, it's a sort of scoop neck, and then it is like a low scoop at the back as well, but it's lovely. It's got a gathered skirt, so because I used a broadcloth and it was quite structured fabric, the gathering was quite dramatic. There was a few things I did change. It did say to do turn the hem up and stitch, and on the Sew Over It dress that I'd made, I actually did an invisible stitch on the hem, which I love the look of. It's a lot more professionally finished, I think, so I did that. You know, I incorporated some of the things that I did with that. So really enjoyable make. You know, I'd never sewn a Vogue pattern before. They should be maybe called vague, not Vogue, because you literally with these big 4 patterns, I tend to have to read 3 or 4 steps ahead of what I'm doing, just to kind of understand, how can I put it, so the shoulder construction on the sew over it pattern instructions, it tells you exactly what to do with it, where you sew the 2 wrong sides together, and then the way the sew over it construction worked, you then turned it over and sewed from on the inside, where with this one you did the 2 shoulder straps and then you sort of flattened it and did like a slip stitch on each side. So there was, because I'd just made a very similar pattern, there was quite big differences in something that looked very similar, if that makes sense. I do know that I'm waffling on, so I do apologise. So that was the first make. If you want to go and read all about that, I've got there's a link in the description box to my Minerva blog, and you can go and read. I did a separate review of the pattern and of the fabric. So the next thing that I made was the I Am Irma dress and shirt pattern. Again, this was part of the Minerva ambassador team. I got some of their lovely exclusive viscose challis, and I got to choose a pattern, so I teamed it with this pattern. Now it's from a bust of 32 1/4 up onto a bust of 40 1/8. It is oversized. I knew it was oversized, and I made the smallest size, and to me it's still oversized. The fabric, absolutely gorgeous. The pattern was very frustrating, very, very frustrating. Whether I was just being a bit thick and I missed this step out, at no point, so you do a button placket and it doesn't tell you to finish the top of it at all. So I just had a raw, you know, you keep going through the pattern thinking at some point, some stage will cover this, but there wasn't. So I had to literally turn it over and just sew it so it was concealed. Didn't enjoy it. Didn't enjoy the make, didn't enjoy the pattern, I'm afraid, and didn't enjoy the end result, which is a shame, because I've seen some lovely variations of this on Instagram. It's just not for me. I am 5'3", I'm a size 8 to 10, so I'm quite petite. So I think I've realised that I suit garments that are close fitting, pulled in at the waist, not oversized. You know, it just sort of wears me, I think, when I wear things like that. So I will put some pictures in of me wearing it, and I Am Patterns did actually send me a message on Instagram saying they loved it, which is great, thank you, but I don't, unfortunately. So I actually made the shirt version just with the straight sleeves. Again, I thought if I did like the bishop sleeve, it was just going to be just far too much fabric on me. The fabric is a fantastic quality, but because of that it was quite weighty as well, which is fine. So again, that's the only 2 things I got made up in September, and I don't know why. I think I was off work for a week and then I ended up with a cold. I kind of lost most of September, I'm afraid, but I'm sure that I will get a lot of things made up in October, so that video might be a bit more exciting. So I am filming a few videos today, so I'm going to now move on to the next. So give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and please subscribe to see more content from me. Leave me comments. Have you made either of these patterns? Has anybody actually made the I Am Irma, and what did you think of the pattern? Did I leave that stage out? I do not know. So until next time, thank you for watching. Bye.